Alright, here is today's GS2 question. Critically examine the potential ramifications of India's decision to discontinue the transshipment facility extended to Bangladesh during the COVID-19 pandemic on the multifaceted dimensions of their bilateral relations. Evaluate the strategic, economic, and diplomatic implications of this policy shift for both nations and the broader regional dynamics. Now, let's see how you would answer it. But before we dive in, please subscribe to the channel. India's recent decision to revoke the transshipment facility previously extended to Bangladesh marks a crucial turning point in the narrative of regional cooperation and bilateral goodwill. To recall, this facility was initiated in 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic, a time when the entire South Asian region, including Bangladesh, was struggling with disrupted logistics, public health emergencies, and collapsing global supply chains. India stepped in with a humanitarian gesture. It opened its ports, airports, land customs stations, and integrated checkposts to Bangladesh for third-country export purposes. This enabled Bangladesh's textile and garment industry, one of the strongest in the developing world, to fulfill international orders for masks, gloves, medical fabrics, and more despite global shipping restrictions. The economic gains were real and measurable. From 2019-20 to 2021-22, Bangladesh's total exports jumped from $33.67 billion to over $52 billion, with the ready-made garment (RMG) sector alone growing by 35%. Major global brands from Decathlon, Zara, and H&M to India's Reliance and Aditya Birla relied on this corridor to access Bangladeshi cotton products. The Delhi-Dhaka trade route offered Bangladesh faster, cheaper, and more reliable access to global markets, a game-changer in the hyper-competitive textile industry. India, on its part, not only absorbed all operational and environmental costs, but also established infrastructure like the Transshipment Excellence Center to support this trade. Yet on April 8, 2024, India revoked this arrangement. The decision is seen as a strategic pullback, and it raises serious questions about the future of India-Bangladesh economic cooperation. What might this policy shift lead to? First, for Bangladesh, the implications are direct and significant. Transit time will increase, operational costs will rise, and competitive advantage may decline. With Red Sea tensions and shipping detours via the Cape of Good Hope already inflating logistics costs, this move compounds their burden. Second, for India, the diplomatic fallout could be serious. This reversal of COVID-era solidarity risks being seen as a withdrawal from regional leadership, particularly when Bangladesh is one of its most important neighbors. The decision could push Dhaka to diversify trade routes, strengthen ties with China, or lean more heavily into BIMSTEC and ASEAN groupings. Strategically, this move seems to align with India's more calibrated regional approach, using access, infrastructure, and transit as tools of influence. But the long-term risk is that it may reduce trust, not just in Dhaka, but across South Asia. Still, India may argue that such decisions must be re-evaluated in the post-pandemic era, especially given capacity issues, port congestion, and political backlash at home. The road ahead is not necessarily closed. Bangladesh is working on modernizing its own trade infrastructure, like the Matarbari deep-sea port, expected to be operational by 2027. But until then, a stable, cooperative relationship with India remains crucial. The larger point for aspirants is this: bilateral relations are shaped not just by treaties and trade, but also by trust, timing, and diplomacy. And even a policy reversal, however technically justified, can trigger ripples across strategic, economic, and people-to-people ties.